guys, welcome back. Today I'm going to be answering a question from Eva Smart, and she would like to know, I want to buy a book that have women's portraits. I'm a beginner and all I have is Prismas. Any suggestions? Yes, I do. Okay, there's always a question that beginners have. What book should I get? And I'm glad you're interested in portraits. It's like one of my favorite things to color. So I have a whole bunch of my books here, and some of them are my favorites. Some of them are better beginner books than others. So I hope this really helps you. So I'm going to start out with one of my favorite books. And this is by Mardel Rubio. And it's Bursting Midnight Enchantment Mascara. I love this book. Now, if I did a flip through on this book, it would be a very poor flip through because I have literally taken out every good picture and they're hanging up in my father's room on his walls. That's where my pictures go. Do you sell your pictures? No, I give them to my daddy and he hangs them up. So this book had really good paper in it, and just, I guess, my hand or whatever, I really loved every aspect of this book. Now, some of these pictures that are now left are not my favorite pictures. My favorite pictures are already out of this book, and I did a lot of them. And for me, doing 10 pictures out of a book is doing a lot of them, because more than likely I'm moving on to the next book. So go look through a flip through and you'll see all the pictures that you're not seeing that I have in here. So this is one of my favorite books for portraits for beginners. Now, the hottest book now, of course, is Slavic Beauties. This is an expensive book. Mind you, paying $40, I think I paid $40 with the shipping for a coloring book is a lot of money. Do I recommend this book? Yeah, of course. I love this book. There are some drawbacks on it. There's some positives and there's some negatives. The paper is a little funky to deal with. As I did 2 pictures from there. One I did in pencil, one I did with Inktense and Derwent's mixed with Prismacolor. And I definitely would suggest going the ink, marker, and mixed media with this book. Get that undercover, the first layer down, without destroying the tooth on the page. After that, this book is fine for a beginner. It's got lots of detail. You will get lots out of it. Do you, as a beginner, want to spend $40 on a book? Maybe, maybe not. This is definitely a good choice. Okay? Mysteria. Okay, let's talk about Mysteria. Gorgeous pictures. I flipped when I saw this book. I could not wait to delve into, like, every picture in this book. And I made my way through 2 of them. The paper was funky. And I meant weird funky. And I wasn't the only person who got this. As the layers built, the color disappeared. And it was really strange. Like, one day I would do it, and I'd wake up the next day, and the color would be dull, and there would be nothing sharp on the page. And I wasn't the only colorist who had this issue. If I'm going to do something from this book, and I would definitely transfer it to another paper. And being that this book is wider than a regular printer, I would have to go over it with pencil and do my own transfer on it. So, am I going to do that? Probably not. Not in the near future. Not with things that always come out. But there is a lot of things in this book to do. I mean, look at these eyes. Tell me you don't want to just jump into doing these eyes. I mean, it's absolutely beautiful. I would probably do this picture. So that's my opinion on Mysteria. Gorgeous, just absolute phenomenal pictures to color, not so much the paper. From what I understand, ink is the way to go on this paper also. A lot of people said that they had no problems with ink. So that may be the way to go. I never tested it. Now, another book. I absolutely loved this book. As Serene by Nicholas Chad. Nobody was able to pronounce his last name, so he goes by Nicholas F. now. This was a fabulous book and so much fun. And this, I would even suggest I have a signed copy of it. This is a fun book. You can do all sorts of shading in this book. They have big enough to do comfortable shading, but small enough to get a lot of color on the page, so you can have a lot of fun on it. I've done about 5 in here, I think, 4 or 5 of them, so I have plenty more that I can do. The paper is really large. The book is one of the biggest books that I have. The backgrounds, this is one that I did with ink. I never finished it, but that's me. I never finish my pictures, unless I have to for a video. Just absolutely fun. So this is another one you might want to look up. It's on Etsy. It's not on Amazon. Now, what is my number one beginning books? If you are a true beginner, there's many of these books that are moderately priced. There's different authors. Let me get out another one. These are the 3 main ones that I collect. Maria Trolte, Hannah Calzone, and Klara Markova. These books are very similar. They all seem to have the same paper. They're all the same size, so they look great on a shelf. When you have, when that makes a difference to you. So they're all hardbound. They're probably done by the same publisher, because the paper seems very similar. And I always get really good. Now, this one was done with some watercolor, and you can tell that it has some page buckling on it. The only thing I could say about no book is really good for watercolors. I'm going to put it out there. It's not watercolor paper. We're not looking at books that were made for that. We use watercolor on them and hope for the best. So just keep that in mind. But in general, for pencils, I found these books to really take pencil nicely. It's just, what can I say? You get a smooth ride. Now, not all of them have big feminine portraits. I know what you're saying you like. You like those big faces. Some of the older ones, and let me see if I can find one. Summer Nights by Hannah Calzone. She tends to have the big portrait ones in there. Let's see, find one of them. Watch, I pulled out a book that doesn't have it. They usually do. They usually have pictures like this in it, but some of them are bigger. I know I'll find it. Here's one, a big feminine face. Here's another one. So she does tend to have them. Her pictures are a little cartoony. So if you want to go A little bit less money, very good quality, great for beginners, good paper for testing things out. These are the way to go. There's plenty of flip throughs for the individual ones that are out there. Every time one of these books comes out, uh, see, like this one, every time one of these books comes out, there's always 10 flip throughs as soon as the page gets there. So the book, as soon as the book gets there. So I do recommend her. And a lot of these I've done, but I've done on other paper. I do make copies of things. So there's my recommendations to you. If you like other portraits and off of Etsy, Coleridge Wild by Emanuela Collin, she's got probably the best paper out there. Look at the size of this paper. This is regular artist paper. This is what people go for when they're buying like Strathmore or one of the others. This is art paper. And these are frameable. So they're all little girl portraits. And these are fabulous for a new person. I'm just not sure of the availability. I know she doesn't, or she had stopped selling. Also, if you have the ability to print, Etsy has so many good artists for picking out fantastic portraits. Both animal, it's like a smorgasbord. You just put in, female portrait, adult coloring into the search engine, and there's a ton of them in there. So that's my recommendations for the newbies. Now, the rest is going to be up to you, what you want, if you want, and what your price point is. So it was a great question, and I hope this helped. Okay, it's time to draw the names for the two Colorist books, and that's Tropical Scenes. And what you're going to do is I will give Colorist your names, but you're going to have to contact Colorist so they have your contact information. They're responsible for sending out the books. I just get the fun and get to pick it out of the hat. So here is everybody's names. You can see everybody's different. And I'm going to just close them up. So everybody has an equal chance. Anybody's, wondering, I did include the people who contacted me privately. Your names are in here. It's nice to see so many names of people that have been with me for so long. I mean, literally, I see people in here that were for my giveaways from 3 years ago, almost 3 years ago. And I even remember some of them who won. You guys remember that big Christmas giveaway we did, me and Prismatic Addict? Oh my God, I think we gave away like at least 25 gifts that year. I'm sorry, this is take. I just want to make sure everybody sees how I'm being fair. Everybody's there. Oh. Except for this one. There's nothing on it. I would just redraw if I get one with nothing on it. Trying not to show names, but I guess you guys went public, so I guess you don't care. For those of you who have already got the Colorist book, isn't it fun? I know this is taking forever. I had a lot of comments. I'm trying to go as fast as my fingers can fold. My little melody trotter. If I pick her or Tammy, it will be just the same as anybody else. But I know I'm always talking about the two of them. They're my little DMing friends. I'm so proud of Melody. Oh, she's doing so good. Nothing makes an instructor feel good as progress, the people that you're trying to teach. There's something about the validation that you get, that you know you're not just talking to yourself when you see it. Now, if nobody, like say I pick a name and you don't, I'm going to give it a week. And if you don't respond, send me an email. You know, my email is in the description below. This is another little cutie, my Cassie. Cassie Ponce. This is another sweetie, Brenda. Not that everyone isn't sweet. I have the best subscribers on YouTube. What a nice group I have. If you ever want to feel good, I just read my comments. If I'm having a bad day, I read my comments. And I know so many people, YouTubers, like, oh, they have the trolls and this and that. I don't get too much of that. And for every troll comment I'll get, or off-topic comment I'll get 50 comments that are positive. This Sylvia, she's been with me forever. Day one person, OG. So I have everybody's name in the pot. I'm going to mix it up. I can't see anything. I'm not looking. Okay. Tiffany Keaton. Okay? So, Tiffany, contact me. And we have the second name. Jesper WM. Okay, so we have Tiffany Keaton and Jesper WM. Both of you contact Colorist. I will give her these names also. Just send me a email that you know you won. I'm going to give you 7 days from today. And as long as you collect your prize within 7 days, or at least tell us that you're collecting your prize within 7 days. If you don't, I'm going to keep the papers and we'll redraw. So Tiffany Keaton and Jesper WM, I want to thank everybody for joining in on this fun giveaway. And I especially want to thank Colorist for providing the prizes to this. So lots of hugs and kisses, and I will see you guys in my next video. Take care.